very nice, intelligent, smart, and quick lady who is a big example of kindness to kids. This is Miss Nina.osei. She's working in Halle School. It's a famous school in England. And this is the branch in Almaty, Kazakhstan. Miss Nina, you're very welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. I'm really excited to join and to share and hear what you want to talk about.
Wonderful. So since you're working with kids in the school, with small kids, my first question to you. Today, the talk, by the way, is more for parents. So if you're a parent, it might be interesting for you. But if you're not a parent, maybe it's not interesting for you. I'm very sorry. Because we will talk today about kids, and it is mostly for parents. So my first question to you, Miss Nina. Now we as parents, I'm also the parent, and we are sometimes stressed out. We don't know what to do. We are in these pandemic times. We are stressed ourselves. How we can explain to kids what's going on in the world, because we don't want to frighten them. This is the mask, this is the sanitizer, some people are dying, how to make sure that we are not frightening the kids.
I'm a new parent myself, and I have a pandemic baby because he was born when the pandemic started. And it has been something that, especially being back in school, to explain to the children about. We just have to be honest with them and tell them exactly what is happening, so that they understand. I think people often want to withhold information from children, thinking that they are protecting them, but they are like adults. They want to know the truth. So the more honest and the more clear you are, the more understanding of something they have. So when we went back to school, we just explained to them, this is what's going on around the world. There's a virus, and it makes some people really sick, and it gets some people, but other people not so much. But to make sure that we're safe, this is what we need to do. We wear a mask to protect ourselves and other people. We wash our hands, we sanitize. All of these things help us to stay clean. And then just relate it to what they do in their daily life. Like, you have a bath every day, you have a shower. Why do we do that? What's the relevance of that? You brush your teeth. Why do we do that? It's to help us all stay healthy and clean. We eat healthy food, we drink water, just explaining it as a part of life for them to just understand that this is what we're doing, and it is for our benefit, to keep us safe, to keep our friends safe, and to keep our families safe.
So this talk should be not from panic, not that we are panicking. It's like more we're sharing with the friend, we're explaining what's going on, what feelings we are having, and what we expect from them. So if we talk even for 5-year-old kid or 4-year-old kid, we explain to them what's going on.
Yes? Exactly. Because if you panic, that's when they panic. If they feel that they're not safe, then their behavior might change, and the attitude that they present would be completely different. So if you're panicked, there's a pandemic, your child will react in the exact same way, because they don't know any better. They feed off of what you give them. So exactly that, like a friend, just explain to them, this is what's happening, this is what we have to do. And they will more than likely just go with it. If you're calm, and just be very rational, that's it. It's not that difficult, really.
Yes, absolutely. Miss Nina, my question to you is about, there is one word everybody using now, but emotional intelligence. Sometimes it's not even clear for adults. What does it mean? But they say, okay, in the schools, there is approach to develop emotional intelligence for kids. And I know Halle School is very good in that. What is this emotional intelligence for kids, and how to develop that in them, especially in that time when there are a lot of gadgets, when there are a lot of telephones? And I think this is a very big challenge, because when we were growing up, there was nothing of that.
Exactly. I'm really in between the whole technology phase age, because in the time that I was growing up, it was just coming in, and now I can see the impact that it's had. And emotional intelligence is literally just being able to recognize your emotions and knowing how to manage them. So if your child is feeling sad, feeling angry, allowing them to experience that emotion, explaining it to them that you're feeling like this because this has happened. So they might start crying and you don't know why they're crying, they don't know why they're crying. Just giving them the opportunity to talk about what's happened. Sometimes they cry for no reason. So if it's for no reason, you just explain to them you might just be feeling a bit sad, and that's okay. Sometimes we feel sad, and we don't know what it is that's making us sad, but it will come and it will go. It's not something that stays forever. If they're feeling really angry about something, just talking them through it. You're feeling angry because I took your toy away. I had to take it away because what you were doing was not safe. Just talking them through it, and then the intelligence part of it is the children recognizing that they are feeling a particular way and how they manage that feeling. So if you've got a child who is angry but they can't talk about it, they can't communicate it, they don't understand why it for any particular reason, it's just because they don't have the words for it. They don't know what it is. They don't understand what it is that they're going through, and they don't know how to manage that.
That is so understandable. We as adults, sometimes we don't know what's going on with us. We don't know how to explain it. And very often we don't know what we are feeling. It's just something in your heart. You cannot express what is that. I'm feeling something, but I cannot explain. I can imagine what's going on with the kids. By the way, Miss Nina, what about you? You are from London and you're working in Kazakhstan, in Almaty. And I can imagine it's completely different world. And you should have a lot of emotional intelligence to fit into the world. What is your main challenge and struggle, and how you are overcoming it yourself?
I think my family are like a really open family. So we've been through a lot of like meeting new people, talking to new people, making strong connections. So I think feeling that security allows you, that's a really big emotionally intelligent thing. Having that relationship, feeling secure within your community allows you to then move somewhere else to be able to allow yourself to adapt in the same way. I think that for me, that move was made a lot easier because I knew that regardless of where I am in the world, I am secure in who I am. I know who I am. I know who my family are. And I know that wherever I am, they will be there to support me. I know that I'm making the move because I want to meet new people. I want to be able to share my experience with others. And I know that people are generally interested in you, in other people. No one generally, mostly in the world, is out to harm another person. People want to make connections. So having that ability to make that connection with someone else based on our security, I think that's basically what I walk around thinking. If I'm positive, I will receive positive energy, and I'll be able to make connections to help me
That
succeed
is
and do what I want
a
to
very
do.
beautiful approach. And I know that you teach your kids the same approach. And that is why you are very popular among parents and among kids as well. That is the secret of Miss Nina.osei. My next question is about independence. How to make your kid independent? Because when we were raised, we didn't have helpers, we didn't have even gadgets to help. And I remember that I was doing a lot of work in the house and it was normal. My grandmother asked me to take care of the cucumbers and tomatoes. And actually that makes me very strong. I'm very thankful to her for that because it gives experience. Now it's different era when we are doing a lot for our kids. How to make the kids independent?
I am a champion for independent children. The more children can do for themselves, the more I'm obsessed. And I think as parents, we need to be aware that a lot of children's independence is inbuilt in them already. Children have that self motivation to want to do things for themselves, and it starts from babies. So when they're born, they already know where they need to go to find their food. When they start eating solid food, they already know I need to stop this person that's feeding me and do it for myself. But then the adults get in the way. The adults interrupt that and they're like, no, I'll do it. I'll do it. Just allow the children to experience and do things for themselves. With gadgets and things, just allowing them the time, exactly like you said, giving them responsibilities. It's your job to do this. So if we finish dinner, it's your job to clear the cutlery. It's your job to clear the plates. Just giving them one thing at a time to do. And just making sure that you are allowing them to do things for themselves. It might take you 12 hours to put that shoe on, but you did it yourself, and we're really proud of you. Giving them the time. I think because of the whole technology age, no one seems to have any time for anything. So it's giving them the time to be able to just take their time, make mistakes, to learn what it is that they're doing. And I find that talking to them while they're doing it, explaining to them what they're doing really helps them. You need to put your shoe on. So first of all, find your shoe, which foot does it match, and talking through the whole process and doing it again and again and again repeatedly, so that they feel that sense of achievement, that motivation doesn't get switched off. Because I find that lots of people say, oh, if you do this, I'll give you the iPad. That's kind of shutting down that intrinsic need for them to do it themselves. Like, well, if I don't do it, I will get the iPad and then somebody else does it for me. Like, they don't get anything out of that. Just think of them as you. They are small adults. That's exactly what children are. They're small adults. You can reason with them. You can communicate what you want them to do. And just think, if someone was trying to make me do something that I wasn't ready to do, how would that make me feel? And how would I want them to talk to me about it to get me to do it?
Miss Nina, tell me please, in your class you have a lot of kids and all of them are different characters. Some of them are slow, some of them are quick, some of them are a little bit spoiled by their parents, some of them not, some of them are from very rich families, some are from the normal families, some like to cry, some like to laugh. So it's different people with different families, different characters. How are you trying to find approach to everyone? Like, what is your technique?
It's just finding what that particular child is interested in and tapping into that, using that to my advantage. Because like the classroom is a reflection of the world. You don't know who you're going to meet. You don't know what type of people you're going to meet. You don't know where everyone has come from, but you have to be able to work collaboratively together. You have to be able to get on with each other. And when you go out into the real world, that's exactly what you meet. So I just try to create a community where the children know that this is our safe space. We're all able to share our ideas. We are all different, and that is what makes us all special. Realizing what each of our talents are and how we can use that in our community to make ourselves better people generally. So it's just tapping into.
You're doing it very good in your own way. I like that you told me in the very beginning, Olga, it's very important that kids love school. I don't care that much about academics. I should tell you that I care, but I mostly care that they love the school, they enjoy the school, and they want to be in the school. And I think it's amazing, because if you love something, you will do it easily. I remember that I told, when I was graduating from MBA, I told my teacher, I don't understand anything in mathematics. I know nothing. I hate it, really. I hate it. I'm zero in that. And he told me, Olga, do you love to receive salary? I said very much. This is the happiest day in my life because I can buy presents. I love salary. He said, Olga, you love money. You love mathematics. You love finance. And since that moment, I start thinking, wow, I love finance. I love mathematics. So it's about how you explain it. So how you put it, how really you will put it together. And my last question to you, what do you think, what is the age we should give kids technology? We should give them iPad, phone. Should we keep it till 10 years old and not giving it too early, or we should give it 10 minutes a day? What is your advice?
I mean, I don't really have advice for that, because in my classroom, we do have technology, we do have tablets, because that is the world they live in. These things exist. So it's a case of knowing how to manage that. So we have them in the classroom and everyone gets a turn. So if there's someone who has been especially on it for about an hour, then I'm like, no, you've been on it for too long, find something else to do. It becomes it's a personal family choice. Whatever you want to, what you think is good for your child. Because I've done some reading, and there are recommendations that it's no problem. There are recommendations that they shouldn't have it at all. But at the end of the day, whatever works for your family works. But I think that it is very important to allow children to experience the real world. So they need to be in the world, experiencing what is happening along with you, and then to recognize that technology is an enhancement. It's not a part of, like, it's a part of their everyday life, but it's an enhancement. It's not something to rely on all the time. And to know that things that they do, or like if they're on YouTube and things, or like, just to understand that that's not necessarily real life. Just explaining this is your world, this is what you do, this is how some people want everyone to see them. It's not necessarily real life. So as long as they understand that it's not something that they need to rely on throughout their whole life, you can use it. It's something to enhance you, to help you. It's not something that lives your life for you.
Miss Nina, and my last question, this is really last, I'm not joking. It's about you're teaching small kids, they're 5 years old. Who are more smart at that age, boys or girls? Or is any difference between boys and girls studying? Are they studying the same, or there is some difference?
Do you know? No, there's no difference. They are just children. There's no difference. I don't differentiate between boys and girls. They are just people. They're small people who are learning about the world, and my job is to help them navigate what the world is. So if you're a boy and you like to play with dolls and dress up and things like that, that's fine, because you will get some learning in that. If you're a girl and you really like stereotypically boy things like superheroes, that's fine. You'll get some learning in that. There really is no difference, because they're all learning about what life is.
But about characters, you already can see who is which character. Even at the age of 5 years, you can say what is the character of the person will be in future, or it's too early to say.
Do you know, sometimes I think you can kind of see it already. You can see that when this person grows up, they're going to be the kind of person who knows their mind. They're not afraid to say their opinion. Or you can see that, well, this person's going to be someone who spends a lot of time observing the world. I do find that they do tend to grow up in that way, unless something dramatic happens to change what they like, how they're growing and developing. You can tell usually that character kind of sticks all the way through life. So it's really fascinating to watch.
I would like to thank you very much, because I think that you're doing a very, very important job. You are raising kids, you're giving them an education, and the kids are so small. They are 5 years old. This is like the most precious thing you have. people give it to you, and in a way they're sharing the most precious thing in their life with you. So I remember my grandmother was telling me, the most interesting thing is in the world is to grow a human, is to grow a human. And I was small and I didn't understand why my grandmother was saying it. What's the meaning of to grow a human? But now I think I understand, really, to make somebody human and to share human things and to share your opinion and to grow together, because I think we grow with kids together. And it's not clear who is the teacher, we or they are.
That's exactly right, and I completely agree. I really appreciate when families trust like teachers with their children, because they are your most precious thing, and you want the best for them. And like the growing the human thing, I completely understand, to be able to share that experience with them. We also say, like, I think lots of people might have heard the saying that it takes a village to raise a child. So all of us working together to make this human being is just, it's an amazing experience to be a part of.
Oh, this is wonderful. So it takes a village to raise a child, yeah?
Yeah.
You mean that there's so many people involved in raising the human being?
There are so many people that play a part in a child's life, that they make that person who they are. Because of their different experiences, they help raise the child.
I'm very grateful to you that you bring your experience from London, from England, raising kids. And I like your emotional approach to kids, for them to love the school, for them to love to study. Because I think if you love something, you will enjoy doing it. It doesn't matter, are you playing basketball, piano, or you studying the rocket science. Thank you so much. Good luck to you. Good luck for your baby. And let you stay healthy and happy as you are now.